Welcome back, welcome back. So you just seen the thing earlier about my grandma's gravesite. We to revisit. We got to show it again for a different show because, things happen. So today on Landis World Order, I was about to say Dos Landis, which that starts next season for my old show. But anyways, this is Landis World Order. I'm your host, Jeff Landis, along with Jordan Cage. How's it going, man?
Oh, it's going good, man. First time, a little uncomfortable, but it's good.
Just relax and chill. Just see, when I first met him, we were walking past, and it's crazy because I was doing something, and he was doing something. He's like, "Hey, I'm Jordan Cage." I'm like at first, I'm like, "Who?" And then I was like, "Oh, that's who you are," because we're gonna entertainment because we were just now getting affiliated by meeting each other through Alex McDonald through Fort Unity, and I'm like, "Oh," and we started texting each other, "Hey, dude, what's up? Let's hang out sometime," which we will, and it's kind of crazy as we started talking at each other on Facebook, and next thing you know, we ran into each other by accident. So you said you've been through a lot. You've been through addiction and everything, and what made you decide that you wanted to be an artist?
Let's see. When I was in high school, so I spent a lot of time like in different like group homes and like foster care houses, and I started getting arrested when I was 11 and 10 years old, or 11 and 15 when I in Marion County. So like juvenile was like crazy there at that time, but so I was always in my cell and I couldn't get out, so and it started with writing lyrics from songs that I already knew, and that just, like looking back now, like that just benefited the memorization process of everything. So like now when I go to the studio, it don't matter how many songs I'm recording, it's all memorized, so then I just like capitalize on my time and get it done quicker. But no, like my grandma, she'd always play like Shirley Temple and stuff, and ABBA, which I hate ABBA, it disgusts me, but she'd always be singing and dancing around and stuff, so like I think that was like a big part of it. And it was really like expression, even when I started getting older and Mom and Dad was confiscating CDs and stuff, I was like, it's all right, I'll just go burn another one. You know what I mean? But yeah, so that was, I know I had a voice through music that I feel like I didn't have when I was a kid, because everything was, choices and stuff were made for me. One, because I was a kid, and two, because I didn't know how to stay out of trouble.
So I decided to do this. Now, who's been your inspiration in music? Because we all have that person that's inspired us.
I think, well, the song that made me want to write hip hop music was Jam On It by Nucleus. So my dad had this cassette tape, and one day we was picking up mulch at this place on the south side of Indianapolis, and he's getting out just load the mulch, and this tape's playing. And I don't know, like this is one of the good moments I have with my dad. Or I don't have a lot of them, but right when he opens the back door to the truck, the chipmunk voice comes in and just goes wiki wiki wiki, and I'm like that's it, you know what I mean? So, and that's what I started doing. So like that song just in general like made me quit, like shift my music listening from like the Chili Peppers and Slipknot and stuff like that to like I started listening to Kanye West, and then we had a garage sale one time and I went through the box of CDs and took out one of Tupac's greatest hits CDs.
I think I have that CD.
Yeah, I like what was that group called? West Side Connection?
Yeah, Ice Cube,
UGK,
Back 10, yeah.
I don't know if anybody else is as excited as I am that Andre 3000 is supposed to be releasing a new album, but like a couple years ago I watched an interview and he said music was a hobby, so I didn't think it was ever going to happen, but now I'm just like, so like, I don't know, like I like lyricists, like I can't get down with the new rap music, like it's all catchy and sounds good, but you're literally saying nothing.
I mean, I agree. You just met my youngest son. He's 14, and the music he listens to, I'm like, son, I can't even fathom to listen. I'm like, it doesn't make any sense. It's like, it's crazy because, again, like I said, I don't do music, but I've been around it a lot. Obviously, being an entertainer, being a host of shows, you see all kinds of things. So it's like, hey, because back when my age, don't want to sound like I'm old, but I am. But whenever we had music, it made sense, and when they had music videos, it made sense.
Yeah.
Now you got music videos that has lyrics on it, and nothing makes no sense.
Yeah. I think that my thing with music nowadays, like it'll be cool, it'll sound good, like it's cool that somebody could put something together like that, and I mean, that's that person's art. You know what I mean? You can't like knock it. That's like everybody's art's different, and really that's what people like nowadays. But my thing is like, I don't know any mumble rappers or any like, I guess you say like one hit wonders, and even nowadays like people that I mean like you say your son listens to that. I guarantee you I'm not going to like it probably, but I mean he likes it, you know what I mean? But like I'm not going to be looking on YouTube or looking up an artist or a song from this generation 20, 30 years from now like I do actual like hip hop music, because I believe there's a difference between hip hop and rap. Like but I don't know, like I to this day, like some of the songs I listen to on a regular basis, I just play and people look at me like, how do you even know that? And it's like, dude, I'm saying, how do you not know this? You know what I mean? Like, so I've been working with Mosey, and our next beat that I'm gonna have him make is gonna have a sample from the Hearts of Men instrumental.
Oh,
By
sweet.
Tupac. Like that's like one of my favorite hip hop songs. And but like, yeah, so I don't know. I'll still listen to that song when I'm 90 probably.
Oh, yeah, there's nothing
Piss
wrong
the
with
neighbors
that.
off, you know. But I'm not gonna look up and listen to Lil Peep or Uzi Vert or anything like that. Like I just don't.
No, I understand. Now, speaking of Mosey, he was actually a guest on one of the shows a long time back in. Man, there's so many seasons of shows I've done, man, I don't remember. But he's a big inspiration around here in Fort Wayne and all around. I mean, he's worked with Tupac, John Mellencamp, Morris Day. It's like he's been all over. Now, how did you get connected with him?
Okay, so my mom, the last 3 or 4 years, like I just started like taking recovery seriously like a year and a half, 2 years ago, but like the last year or two of my addiction, my mom's sending me videos of like his stuff, his work, and it's telling me about him, how she knows him, and I'm just at the time I was just done with music. One, probably because I was strung out and I just didn't want to be around people, and two, because like I had such a bad experience with enough people in the Indianapolis scene that I just didn't want to do it anymore, and it was going to take like a really good group of people to get me back into it. But like so when I moved up here, and it wasn't long after I started the Recover Out Loud meeting up here, and she's put us in a group chat, right? Because at the time I was trying to get back into school to finish my GED, but the classes weren't working with my schedule, and I wasn't going to miss work because it takes money to make money. So like at the time I was working at Subway, so I got to work a lot to get a little bit of money, and so like that ended up not working. But so she was like, well, I'll pay for you some work from if you get your GED. So. But like my thing was is like, so she put us in a group chat, and like in my head I'm like, I messaged like, oh mom, you're probably getting scammed. So then I messaged him on his Facebook from my personal page outside the group chat, and about a day later he messages me back, and he's video calling me, right? So he's video calling me, and I done Googled him and everything, so I got an idea what he looks like, and he said, you get scammed, huh? You know, I was like, no, all right. You got me. And from that point on, that's when we come up with the idea for the Reborn Vision Beat, because like I'd seen a reel on Facebook. It had the Sweet Dreams, like the electric guitar part in there, and it was just one of them inspirational, like positive affirmation reams with the words in it, but it had that playing in the background, and I'm like, dude, that would be a great song. And it's the last time that was touched that I know of was Marilyn Manson. I don't know about anybody else, but I love Marilyn Manson. You know what I mean? So then we put that together, and that was like that was my first song. Like that was my song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he made the beat for it. I went to Successful Music because like I said, I was working at Subway, so I just seen it on the way, on the bus route to Subway, and I was like, okay. I like the name, the sign, you know, it literally sticks out in the little strip it's in. It sticks out like a sore thumb. And so like I Googled it, okay, there's this one, and this one, and so then I asked Mo, well, what studios you recommend, and he said, I recommend Successful Music, but there's also these ones, and I was like, all right, well, so my thing now, I'm big on like numbers and like reoccurring things that I see and I hear, so since I had already seen it, and it was the first one I seen out here, and the name had me too.
Yeah.
And so like, all right, well, that's where I'm going to go. And so then I got in contact with them on Facebook, and I started working with Taylor Zank, and we booked the first session, and I recorded Hope Avenue, that's the Stan remix, and then the Reborn Vision, and it's kind of been on from there.
Yeah, I got to work with Cheese Inc. I got to interview him along with Third Frame. I think you're talking about somebody. I was talking to somebody about looking for other artists to work with. Third Frame would be awesome for you to work for too. I don't know if you ever heard of them or not. They did the song "Mary I Wanna."
What's his name?
Third Frame is the name of the group.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
After the show, look up.
I'll have to-
They're a good group, man. I've had them on at Dos Landis. They had a successful song called "Mary I Wanna." Indiana Boys. You would go great with them.
So I've met a handful of people through Zank, and he's like awesome. Like my thing was with the studio, one of the big deal breakers with going to an actual studio again was the atmosphere being like it would have to be a private atmosphere for me, because like I'm gonna bring one or two people with me that are like in recovery and everything in case something goes wrong. And then but we go in there, and he's like, yeah, dude, well, I met him, and Mo Ubered out there, so Mo pulled up, and it was me, my house manager, Corey, Mo, and T Zank, and I'm explaining to him, like, look, so just know that I've had this kind of experience before, and I don't know if I'm going to keep doing this, but I want to record this song and just see, you know what I mean? So, and I explained to him the whole recovery thing. He had just quit drinking and everything, so like it was cool. And from that point on, like it's just been a good relationship. I mean, the other day, last Sunday, I was in the studio. I was working on Tomorrow, and I pulled up an old song off YouTube and got the beat for it that I recorded in the trap house when I was strung out, and we was just going through it and everything. And I come out of the booth, I just didn't even say anything. I said, bro, did that even sound good? And he just lost it laughing. Like, he's like, yeah, I think you had a great idea. But we had a long conversation before the session ended about like it was about how much of an inspiration he is, and everything, like so that was a big thing. So Mo being there and just being in contact, like not him acting as humble as he is a big thing. But then T Zank was like, yeah, so like I've been booked out like since I've opened this place, and they opened it however many years ago, and it's like, but I will only work with people that I feel like are trying to they either come from something or are trying to do things different, or that are just in general just good all around. Like, nobody wants to work with the guy that's got beef with everybody, that's carrying guns and everything. And it's like, yeah, dude, like I used to be that guy, but it's like, yeah, so like I just told him, like, man, like at first, like I didn't trust none of you guys, and now it's like I'm glad I fucking stuck around, because it's like now I'm back doing what I love, you know what I mean? So.
Oh yeah, I completely understand. Again, like I said, it's the connection and stuff like that. T Zank has worked with a lot of people. He believes in a lot of faith in a lot of people, and it's good to have somebody that's got your back. Because again, in this world today, with beef with a lot of people's got beef with a lot of people. I try to be cool and humble with everybody, but the ego's getting in the way of stuff too much.
My thing is like, I think that's a big difference between here and the Midwest and like Atlanta or down south or out west. Like, people out there are like building each other up, and in Indianapolis, like, everybody's just clicked up in their own little sections, and everybody's just fighting with everybody, and it's just like, so I just don't work with like 5 people now. It's just, and we all have like the same mindset. So I mean,
you got to do that, because again, if you have somebody that's there to hate on you and build you down, it's not worth working for. But sometimes when people build you down, it makes you want to go up and do much better.
Yes, I just seen a couple. Like, one of my big things now is like, I'm not even gonna talk to people that are in situations that I'm not trying to be in. Like, I surround myself with people that are trying to like progress in life and do better every day. You know what I mean? Like, you surround yourself by 5 millionaires, you'll be the 6th one. You know what I mean? So and I just seen another thing online, and it made sense. Like, so it was a post from a guy who works for Sony Entertainment, and he posted he said that if the music industry closes the door on you, just build your own. I mean, that really could go with anything in life. So
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I literally have been applying that. You're not gonna let me in, fine. I'll just build a door over here and just come in that way.
You gotta do what you gotta do. So last night you had a show at Carl's Tavern.
Yes.
Am I correct? So
Yes.
before we go, we're gonna show a song. What song did you perform that you
I
sent me in the
performed,
video?
The first video, it was I think it was Hope Avenue. It was the stand to the stand instrumental. It's the first song I actually wrote. Back doing music again, and so it's about like addiction. It's like a letter to myself, kind of.
Okay, that's really
And then, but Hope Avenue was the street, a gym, a CrossFit gym I went to. John and Megan Cunningham, they're the founders of Recover Out Loud. They had opened up a CrossFit program or gym and had a program called Recovery Fitness and Training, which was like a 3 to 6 month program. If you graduated, you can be certified to train and everything. So, like this is actually the T-shirt from it. But like, so I moved up here and I started the meeting for ROL. And now I'm trying to get all the certifications I need so they can certify me and I can run that program up here. But it was really like a letter to myself and a kind of like a thank you to them for that program.
That's very good. You're very humble. Now, before we go, because after this we're going to show your video. Before we go, anything you say to your fans that's watching, to your new fans that's actually watching as well?
Just be a good person. Don't take anything personally, because people are going through stuff too, and I hope you make it through everything you don't talk about.
Now, do you an intro to your video that you just that's playing on the show?
It's Hope Avenue. It's not released yet because I'm getting a beat made for it, but I hope you guys like it.
Sneak preview here on Landis World Order. Stay tuned for more. See you guys on some upcoming shows. We got plenty of shows coming up. We've got, I'm losing track of shows. We've got the Four Winged Wizard show coming up. We've got, man, I just looked at my book. We're almost down to the season's almost over. Season finale is going to be awesome. We're going to be doing a actual drawing of all the celebrities that we've had on. It could be from number 20 to number 1. It could be Jack Russell's Great White could be number 20. Lita Ford, Danny Trejo could be number 5. It's going to be an unpredictable show. It's kind of like the lottery. We're going to be doing a lottery of numbers on who's going to be voted for what, because I've already done my countdown before, so our season finale is coming up. And you just seen on the last show, we're going to be doing A Dose of Landis, Season 7. Looks like I'd be after working on some celebrity guests for that one. Thank you guys for watching Landis World Order. Enjoy this video. If not, we're coming after you. See you guys later. Thank you. So we're thinking